Just some study notes I scribbled down. Study desk, a standard feature for a novice's private hall. A couple of books I never got around to reading. Not when there's an overprotective bookend guarding them. My friend, the king. I'm quite partial to this depiction. All my worldly worth. I should fill this flask in the fountain hall. Mage's water is always a good thing to have. If I need to use it, I can just do the grinding at this bench. There isn't an inch of stone I have not memorized. There is
How can I help? I have heard a lot about her. No idea if the anecdotes are true. You'll have to find out for yourself. She collects the heads of failed initiates. All of her suitors have been transformed into suits of armor. She can paralyze every muscle in your body with the slightest breath. No one knows what she really looks like, as she constantly changes her appearance by wearing others' heads. Never say her name, or you will share her imprisonment forever. Look her in the eye and you will turn into a block of granite. A single kiss, and you will become her willing slave. Her voice can shatter crystal. Never say her name. There are I have never had the opportunity. Ignore. It's the best. I have a. I'm more. You know. Our end.
If it did?
Of course. I doubt. How can I?
The combination is water, water, water.
I thought you might come this way. Initiates enjoy partaking of the fountain before setting out on their tasks. Calms the nerves. Come, drink. Works wonders, doesn't it? Of course you would know that. I cannot recall any water mage who has studied our elemental runes as thoroughly as you. I look forward to seeing you join our ranks once your tasks are completed. I remember when you were first brought here. What was it, 10 years ago? I had not long been initiated myself. Well, perhaps it was a little longer. Never mind that. I wondered then how your mother could give up such a beautiful child to strangers whose ways she could not know. Oh, but I do not mean to dredge up such memories. The past can be as potent as an illusion, and I have spent long enough studying those. You must stay focused on the tasks ahead.
Hey, the water refuses to enter the flask.
The fountain requires a donation of precious metal, 10 gold coins. You will need an empty flask to contain the water.
There, I've filled my flask with Mage's water.
I am pleased to see you undertaking your tests. I knew the first day we met that you would become a great mage. You seem happier now, more than I've ever known you to be. Remember, your influence should be as the tide upon the rocks, subtle, yet persistent. May they guide us in all we do and sustain our gratitude.
For our power?
For delivering us from the folly of humankind. The tower has been my home since I was a child. You cannot be more safe than within these walls. Protective magic aside, in our long history, few mages have sought to harm their kin. Where else in the tower can you find a deeper peace, a place to calm and center yourself? Without us, Eliwald would surely fall to the twin scourges, pollution and invention. Let others see through us, for we conceal all in plain sight. I could not be happier than where I am right now. I have seen many mages pass through this hall over the years and have taught my fair share. I look forward to you joining our ranks. One of my most promising students. He has great ambition. I suspect your streams will merge someday. I considered following that path, but it would have deprived me the chance to train the young ones. Too high a price I felt for a seat in the hallowed hall. As for the masters themselves, I have always looked up to them, for they represent the best of us and confirm the wisdom of our elements. She remains my mentor and friend, though I see her less often nowadays. When you first came to us, there were some who maintained you were not up to what awaited you. I believed, and still do, that your element chose you for a reason. Find that reason, Dark, and hold on to it. What student of the water would not be content to soak up the tranquility of this province? Have you given any thought to what you will do after your initiation?
To be honest, not really. I thought I'd stay here a bit longer, maybe specialize in some area or another.
Do you ever think about returning home?
Sometimes. Most mages don't, though.
That is true. Many view it as unnecessary. 10 years is a long time. Memories fade.
Especially when influenced by our magic.
It saves much heartache and allows both chosen and their families to carry on with their lives.
In theory.
Do you miss your family, Dark?
I miss recalling their faces, their voices, what they were like, whether they laughed. Things like that.
You've coped well.
I've been kept busy, and I'm grateful I haven't had to spend my life hauling Galags through the mud. They're the most stubborn creatures you could imagine.
All the same, You may permit yourself some time to reflect on where you've come from.
It's better to focus on what I'm doing and where I'm going. I don't need the distraction. It's too...
It's all right. The path of the chosen is not without its hardships, even if our pain is invisible to others. Do you regret coming here, Dark?
Why would you think that?
Sometimes I see it in your eyes. A longing.
Sure, to be initiated.
It's more than that. You yearn for something you had once, but have lost.
If you're referring to my former home, leaving was neither my doing nor within my control.
You resent your lack of choice?
Since when do the chosen get to choose? Don't misunderstand me. I could not have loved my time here more. I just wonder.
How things might have been had your element not chosen you.
Yes, but it did. And here I am.
Expect from this neither the easiest nor fairest of tests. Lorelei Lake must not be underestimated. Though serene in appearance, many have lost their lives to its depths. A realm of isolation, and a just and fitting one at that. She gains perverse gratification from playing with the minds of those who enter her domain. Impressionable guests are often influenced to walk headlong into perilous traps. She makes lies seem as truths, and her truths obscure lies. Amancool is a dark and twisted soul, whose tainting of her own water magic has corrupted her beyond redemption. Amancool was once a water mage, but she discovered a darker path. The priestess was able to avoid detection for some time before the order caught up with her. By then, she had caused unimaginable suffering for the foolish few who followed her. The stories of her misguided followers are equally tragic. They have paid the price for their lack of judgment. Sometimes I wonder if we should have allowed her to persist this long. Still, she retains some usefulness to the masters. One so vain will not give up such a treasure easily, not when it's unlikely to grow back. My most recently initiated student, Cray, is hoping to transfer to the water tower of Dominatra. I do not fancy his chances. Fierce does not begin to describe the competition there. I am not one to gossip, but I have heard a rumor that there may be a big event planned in the capital in the coming months. By the way, Dark, if you have not yet visited the observation hall, you should do so.
How do I access it?
Try light, air. Dark, before you go. Sometimes I glimpse the dreams of those closest to me. Often they make little sense, but yours of late have been clear.
I dream of demons, whatever they mean.
You dream of greatness, the mightiest of mages.
Is that a bad thing?
If one's motives are pure, no. But few achieve so delicate a balance, and fewer still maintain it.
What are you saying?
Let the trials you face reflect your true nature. The lessons you learn will serve you, perhaps even save you. Good luck, Dark.
Jonas, Air Mage.
The airspeed of a magpie. What was it again?
Jonas? Jonas!
I can never keep track of those foreign birds. Huh! You startled me! I was making a precise calculation of... Well, I knew what it was a moment ago. I suppose you were off to take your test now, I remember my initiation, I think. It had to do with toads. Or was it frogs? Something messy, anyway. They always are, these things. Try not to worry too much about the tests. They are challenging, but they can also be a lot of fun. You just have to get through the life-threatening parts. Imagine if there was a fifth element, or a sixth. Someone should write a book about that. It has the best view in Ignore. Why go out into the world when you can see it all from here? Why? Do you know any? You can never have enough air. Trust me. You know me, always doing something productive, in a sense. Never see much of them. Then again, I do not see a lot of anybody. Few mages visit my observation hall. A pity. There is much to enjoy if you sit back and look. That reminds me, I must start keeping notes on my discoveries. Wonder what today's were. We once enjoyed a long, stimulating chat about... well, it must have been memorable. I know the name. Don't tell me. How could anyone overlook this paradise? Difficult to come by these days. Few visit my observation hall. A pity, really. One learns much from viewing the world.
Such as?
I have a theory that the world may, in fact, not be flat at all, but roundish. Either that or this telescope needs a new lens. Through my observations, I can tell you the local bird life is having a productive spring. Oh, you wanted human gossip? Check back with me later. The fun begins! The birds stay clear of it, with good reason. The last one that landed on it got snapped up by a large and toothy something. It would make a great spot for a duck blind, if we had any ducks. I hear she's very nice, for someone in prison so long. There were others on that island. No one told me. I believe the official line is an indefinite stay in a secured shelter. Let me know if you can spare a strand or two.
What for?
Anti-hair whitening potion. Very handy.
May I use your telescope?
Of course. What do you want to see?
Lone Island.
All right. All set.
I see the palace on Lone Island. Is there something wrong with your telescope, Jonas? The palace on Lone Island keeps appearing and disappearing.
Have you tried not blinking?
I'm being serious.
How awful. Oh, I know. It's some kind of water magic or other. Those bubbly blues do love their illusions. My telescope, poor thing, is trying to counter it.
So if I go there, I won't be able to see it?
Exactly. See what?
Never mind.
Keep your head in the clouds.